In this video, I'll write a complete professional agent bio, website version, short version for directory listings and email signatures, and LinkedIn summary in 10 minutes using Claude. And more importantly, I'll show you how to make it sound like you and not like every other agent bio on the internet. The ones that start with John has been a top producing agent for over a decade, and end with John is committed to exceeding client expectations. You know the one. Here's a better way. Before we start, quick disclaimer. This is a productivity demo, not professional advice. The data on screen is fictional. Real estate rules vary by country and state. Check your broker and local regulations before using any of this with real clients. Some tool links are affiliate. Full disclosure in the description. Now, the workflow. Here's why writing your own bio is so hard. You're too close to it. When you try to write about yourself, you oscillate between two failure modes. Too humble. You understate your experience because you don't want to sound like you're bragging, or too braggy. You list every certification and award and transaction count, and it reads like a resume, not a person. The middle ground, where you come across as genuinely expert and genuinely human at the same time, is really hard to hit when you're the one writing. I wrote my own bio for years, and it was always one or the other. Too corporate or too casual. The approach I'm going to show you, the brain dump technique, actually finds the middle. And I'm using Claude specifically for this because I want the iteration back and forth to maintain context throughout the whole session. I give it my raw background once, and it remembers everything through all three bio versions. Opening Claude, claude.ai. New conversation. Step 1 is what I call the brain dump, and it's the step that makes everything else work. Let me show you the generic version first, without the brain dump step, just so you can see exactly what we're trying to avoid. There it is. With over 12 years of experience in the real estate industry, name has built a reputation for excellence. It's technically fine. It has all the expected elements. It also sounds exactly like every other agent bio you've ever read. There's nothing in it that tells me anything specific about this person, their market, their approach, or why I should trust them with the biggest financial transaction of my life over someone else. The brain dump is what fixes this. New conversation. Step 1, the brain dump. I'm going to paste in raw, unpolished notes about our fictional agent background. The point here is to give Claude real material to work with. You're not writing a bio. You're just brain dumping facts, numbers, context, personal details. Messy is fine. Claude confirmed it has all the details. Now the website bio prompt. Let me read through this. The opening doesn't start with John has been. It starts with the market. If you grew up in Test Town, you know it doesn't stay the same long. That anchors him in the place immediately. Then it moves into experience, 12 years, 22 transactions a year, but stated simply, not trumpeted. The finance background gets woven in naturally as context for how he talks to clients about the financial side of transactions. Not, I have a finance background as a credential, as an explanation of his approach. And the close. When he's not negotiating offers, he's usually somewhere on a trail outside Test Town with his 2 kids, reminding himself why he got into this business in the first place. That's human. That's memorable. That's what makes someone call you instead of the other agent on page 2 of the search results. The first draft is usually close. Sometimes it comes out a touch more formal than I want. Let me run a quick warmth adjustment. Now the short version, 75 words for directory listings and email signatures. Same context is still in the conversation, so I just asked for the short version. The short version is tight and punchy, good for the email footer. Now the LinkedIn summary. LinkedIn is first person, slightly more conversational, and the audience is slightly different. More professional connections, potential referral partners, maybe clients who looked you up after meeting you. Different energy than the website bio. Here's the LinkedIn version. First person, starts with why. I got into real estate after 8 years in banking where I watched a lot of clients make big financial decisions with incomplete information. I thought I could do better. That opener is specific, and it immediately tells the reader something about his worldview and his approach. The close asks explicitly for referral connections, which is exactly the purpose of a LinkedIn bio for an agent. That's 3 complete bios, website, short, LinkedIn, all from one 10-minute session, all from the same brain dump context. Let me copy these to a doc. I'm copying all 3 versions into one Google document. I label them clearly. Website bio, 250 words, short bio, 75 words, LinkedIn summary, 200 words. This is your bio master file. The website version goes into your Squarespace or WordPress profile. The short version goes into your email signature template. The LinkedIn version goes directly into your LinkedIn About section. When something in your background changes, new certification, new specialty, move to a different market, you come back to this conversation, update the brain dump, and regenerate. 2 minutes. Here's what we built in 10 minutes. A 250-word website bio that sounds like a real person, not a template, with specific numbers, personal context, and a human close. A 75-word short bio for email signatures and directories. A 200-word LinkedIn summary in first person that starts with why, not with credentials. All three consistent in voice. All three differentiated from the generic agent bio format. All three generated from one brain dump that you do once. The manual alternative. 3 to 4 hours of writing and rewriting, oscillating between too humble and too braggy, and still not being sure it's right. The difference isn't just time. It's that most agents keep using the generic bio because rewriting it is painful. This removes that friction. The thing that makes this work is the brain dump, not the prompt, the raw material you give Claude to work from. If you give it generic inputs, you'll get generic bios. The more specific your brain dump, the more real numbers, real context, real personal details you include, the more differentiated the output. Spend 5 minutes on that brain dump. That's where this workflow lives or dies. The brain dump prompt and all 3 bio generation prompts are in the description. This video has no product tie-in. It's just a workflow I think every agent should do once and then never agonize over their bio again. Subscribe for the next workflow every week. And if you've been meaning to update your bio for the past year and never gotten around to it, this is your sign to do it today. Takes 10 minutes. Description has everything you need.